What is good, y'all? What is good? Come on in here. Come on in here. We got some good stuff that we got to cover today, y'all. Speaking of the topic of today, I don't know why in the hell people like to keep trying our president, Trump. Okay. Caitlin Collins is one of them. For y'all know, like when the whole Biden administration was in office and KJP, the liar, would sit up in the front, you never really got to see like the full crowd out there, but you notice how you are always able to see that front row of the same faces who ask these same questions as a clique over and over and over, just differently said. Well, we have Karoline in here and she ain't playing with these folks, nor is Trump. It's like at this point, y'all, how about we clear that front out and actually get reporters in there who can actually ask some real questions, some real common sense questions, because it irritates me when I hear them asking the same questions over, just trying to say it differently to be funny. Okay, well, you have this administration F around and find out that's not going to play with y'all. They're about to be like, look, you just asked that question, figure it out. I'm moving on. Somebody in the back, somebody here, somebody there. I like how they rotate around the room so everybody gets a chance to actually ask a question. You get what I'm saying? And they've been asking some really good questions to be, that. So we just leave the front alone and just kind of move around the room. We the people want to hear these questions. We need answers to these questions because these are questions that we can't physically ask them, and we want to know. This is our way of getting an update of what's taking place, what's going on. This answers the questions that we have. You know what I'm saying? Like, hello. So Trump got in that A. He got in that A. Okay, y'all. So with that being said, we're finna dive into it and then we're going to chop it up in the end. Y'all know my saying. Let's get into it, y'all. Coming straight from Richard Samita. I don't know if I said the last name right, but hey, let's get it, y'all.
The Supreme Court said exactly what Marco said, that no court has the authority to compel the foreign policy function of the United States. We won a case 9-0, and people like CNN are portraying it as a loss, as usual, because they want foreign terrorists in the country who kidnap women and children. But President Trump, his policy is foreign terrorists that are here illegally get expelled from the country, which, by the way, is a 90-10 issue.
Well, Mr. President, you said that if the Supreme Court said someone needed to be returned, that you would abide by that. You said that on your correspondence just a few days ago.
How long do we have to answer this question from you? Why don't you just say, isn't it wonderful that we're keeping criminals out of our country? Why can't you just say that? Why do you go over and over? And that's why nobody watches you anymore. You have no credibility. Please go.
The Supreme Court said exactly
Drops
what Marco
mic
said.
finally, and this is not the first rodeo with her and them. So it's like at this point, just like shut up. And then y'all know it's CNN, and y'all know they are mad haters. You got the fake news out there, and they are one of them. They're always going to try to go against the grain. They never really gonna ask real questions, and when they do ask the questions, again, it's the same thing over and over, just said differently. Somebody had to do it. Shout out to Trump because we ain't taking no more ish. Now, y'all, we finna get into it. We're moving right along by A.G. James. Uthmir. Okay, so it says, today my office is officially charging Ryan Routh for attempting to assassinate then president candidate Donald J. Trump. Okay, so y'all know when that situation happened, right? It probably like aired big for maybe about 2 days, and then they tried to sweep that underneath the rug. Our president dang near almost lost his life, and they tried to clear it up with all kind of other stuff going on. That's when the what you got them things in the air? Oh my God, why I can't? When all that started taking place, y'all, they tried to take it off. What just tried to happen to our soon-to-be president around that time when he tried to get assassinated? Them drones was going all in the air, and they were saying they were spraying stuff and all this other type of stuff. Y'all remember when all that took place, literally right after Trump was almost assassinated and all that? I believe, and then not only that, so they tried to take it from that, and then when he was golfing and stuff like that, and that situation happened, they just tried to cover it up so quick. Hell no. Now that Trump and his team is in office, we need to find out who, what went, and why, and who did it, who was behind it. Because I'm pretty sure if I could take a wild guess, and y'all with the common sense, we already know. Okay? We know. So finally, and this is the thing, a lot of people are getting away with a lot of things and they need to be held accountable. That is the only way there's going to be change. Some of these people still think that they're powerful and they can't be touched. Well, this administration is going to have to do something a little different. They have to be held accountable for their actions, just like any regular citizen here. I mess around and I do something, you best believe they're going to come for me and I'm going to have to pay for my actions. So it needs to be all the way around. Nobody above the law. It's what they be yelling, huh? Yeah, let's get it. So we finna dive into this, y'all, and then we gonna keep it moving, baby. Let's go.
I'm Attorney General James Uthmeyer. On September 15th, 2024, Ryan Routh attempted to assassinate then presidential candidate Donald J. Trump at the Trump International Golf Club in West Palm Beach. Shortly after the assassination attempt, Governor DeSantis signed an executive order directing the Office of Attorney General to work with our law enforcement partners and investigate Mr. Routh. After 206 days of stonewalling by the federal government that stemmed from days of the Biden administration, I'm able to now announce that my office is charging Mr. Routh for the attempted first-degree murder of President Trump, as well as a charge for terrorism.
Come on.
My office, as well as our law enforcement partners, were met with major roadblocks in prosecuting this case during Biden's term.
I bet.
Biden and his attorney general sought to frustrate our efforts and block our investigation into the man who crossed into this state and attempted to commit political violence against a Florida resident. Thank God he was unsuccessful, and thank God we have Donald Trump as president again.
Amen.
The leadership of U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel was instrumental in preserving Florida's sovereign authority to do what is right and bring justice where it is due. We now have a federal government willing to work together to pursue justice. Attempting to take the life of a former president and a leading presidential candidate isn't just an attack on one man. This was a political attack against our Republican form of government and our shared American values. We cannot allow justice to be delayed or denied. And thanks to the president, our U.S. Attorney General, and the FBI Director, we are moving forward in our pursuit. Our statewide prosecutors will work to hold this evil man accountable and keep Florida safe, strong, and free.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. F around and find out. Hold these people accountable. That's all we want. That's all we want. Let's keep it moving. That's a win. Let's get into it. As you can hear, stalling and all that. Yeah, of course, because if we, the people with common sense, if y'all know, you know why they were stalling that. Now, y'all, get y'all a beautiful lady that don't take no ish, that keep it straightforward with you. She don't hide nothing. She lets you know how it is. She lets you know when you're asking stupid questions, y'all. This is how she takes on these demons that she got to face. Every day she got to sit her face out there and go and tell the world what we want to hear and what we need to know, y'all. This is beautiful. She's praised before White House press briefings. This is what she do. And this is what we need to bring back. I'm telling you, they trying to take all that out. One thing I don't do is play with the man upstairs, baby. I don't play with the man upstairs, but this is why they winning. Put God first. Okay. Now I don't know everybody's religion. I'm just saying I'm a God-fearing woman and I take it that she is too. Okay. So with that being said, y'all, let's look at this beautiful moment. Let's get it.
Lord Jesus, please give us the strength, the knowledge, the ability to articulate our words, have fun, and be confident in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Short, sweet, and simple. I love it.
Jesus, please.
I love it. Yep. Lord Jesus, bless me for when I do this content and them demons be coming in that comment section trying to come for me. Prepare me to put myself in the forefront to take on them. And that's just real. So I feel her. But you see, y'all see what's taking place? Come on now. Come on. All right. And so since we're on, Karoline, we might as well just dig a little deeper, y'all. This is what Karoline Leavitt moments am I missing? So we're finna get into it. Press Secretary Leavitt is really good. It's coming from Doge underscore news on X. Let's get into it, y'all.
Let's act like adults here. They are generously offering their time to answer your questions. You don't need to scream at them like a bunch of school children. My advice to that unnamed low-level French politician would be that it's only because of the United States of America that the French are not speaking German right now.
Numbers. How many have a criminal record versus those who are just in the country illegally?
All of them, because they illegally broke our nation's laws and therefore they are criminals as far as this administration goes. I know the last administration didn't see it that way, so it's a big culture shift in our nation to view someone who breaks our immigration laws as a criminal, but that's exactly what they are.
Is there any evidence on that he wasn't aware of it?
You're a reporter, you should find out.
Have you ever paid terror? Because I have.
I think it's insulting that you are trying to test my knowledge of economics and the decisions that this president has made.
That team prayer before is just a moment to be silent and still and ask God for confidence and the ability to articulate my words, knowledge, prayer, protection. And it is a nice moment to reset. It's the last thing I do before I go out there, and then it just gives me the confidence.
So you see, y'all, the beast. This is the face of the beast, y'all. She's young. She's pure. She don't take no ish. She's intelligent, smart. Y'all, it'll be 3 months on April 20th. When I tell you those are just the epic moments, y'all, she kills it every time she goes in there in that place. It's crazy and it's refreshing because I used to be so irritated with KJP and her lies, and she would always slam that little brown raggedy book and walk off. Like, girl, get on out of here. You wonder why the questions was kept being thrown at you because you wasn't answering crap. You just come in there, sit in there with the curly little wig, whatever you want to call it. Take that raggedy brown book when you get mad and can't answer the questions and storm on out of there. Not her. Not her, baby. She gonna give it to you. Y'all better stop playing with her. Y'all, what a great time to be alive and to witness this epic moment, y'all. This epic history. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Coming straight from Erica RN for USA, y'all. Stephen Smith is explaining the logic behind Trump, the president. I don't know about y'all, and I know some of y'all like, oh, because, you know, he do sports and stuff like that. But, and I'm just saying, y'all, if you pay attention, and I'm not saying he probably is going to be like, yo, let me just join the other side. But I'm telling y'all, more and more and more, this topic of Trump. And it ain't just him. It's a lot of them. I mean, can you blame it? If you really want to wake up and see what hate looks like, just look at all the content creators. Because some of y'all say y'all don't even go to the news anymore. Y'all like coming to us. You know, we are the news. We are trying to get the facts and the truth out the best way we can. And some of y'all say y'all like watching us more than y'all don't even watch the news anymore. You know what I'm saying? So if you pay attention and you really want to know what hate looks like right now in our country, y'all, it's everywhere. It's everywhere, from the burning up cars, burning places, violent, like all this other type of stuff. Like, that's what it looks like. Okay. So we're going to get into it, y'all. Let's go. Let's keep it moving.
This is shit. They don't give a shit about you. It's rigged. They've hoodwinked you all the time. They think you're a freaking joke. They give you the middle finger anytime they want to. Here's Trump. Fuck them. They ain't worth shit. And do you know what his followers say? Yeah, yeah. That's how we want you talking to those politicians who've been stealing our money all of these years. It's not what he says. It's how he says it. He does it with vitriol and venom to show a disrespect to politicians who the public have no respect for because they feel they've been hoodwinked by those same politicians. He's using it to separate himself from the cesspool that is Capitol Hill. And how does Capitol Hill respond? By showing them they're still Capitol Hill. Did you see me on The View Tuesday? Did you see when they said, we don't believe there's a Trump mandate? I said, oh, really? Did you see the former press secretary for the White House come on? I think Stephen A. is wrong. I don't believe what he said is correct. Donald Trump has the lowest approval ratings in the first month or so, or the 2 months of a presidency in American history. Oh, really? But didn't he win all the swing states? Didn't his popularity elevate within 89% of the counties in the United States of America? Didn't his popularity elevate within the black community, the Hispanic community, and the young voters? Didn't he win the popular vote for the first time in 20 years as a Republican nominee? Didn't he also win the Electoral College vote? Isn't he in control of the White House? Don't the Republicans have the House and the Senate? All of that happened, but there's no Trump mandate.
Stop playing. Stop playing with us. We don't regret it at all. We voted for exactly what he said he was going to do. And if you went to some of his campaigns, then you would know exactly what he was saying he was going to do. See, the common sense people that went out there and supported and did all that, we already knew what was coming, baby. One thing we already knew, that he was going to have to come in and clean a mess up. Hell, we knew that already. We lived it for 4 years. So that wasn't nothing to us. But these things that he was saying that he was going to state that he was going to be doing when he was doing these campaigns, y'all, he's doing exactly what he said he was going to do. Okay? So we chilling. We good. We back here kicking our feet up. If I kick my feet up right now, I'm kicking my feet up and I'm chilling and I'm just watching the press. I actually have to tell him, thank him and the whole administration, because you want to know why? He is giving the content creators so much content to put out there, y'all. It's ridiculous. I can't even keep up with all of it. I can't. So thank you, President Trump. Thank you. We don't regret you. Keep doing what you're doing. We here to watch and I'm here to get it out there. So let's keep it moving, y'all. Now, I became a huge fan of Brandon Gill. Okay? Jill Gill. I fool with him. Okay? Because if F around and find out was a person, it's definitely him. I like that he state the facts. I like that he can make people shut up or stutter because he don't play no games. With that being said, y'all, it's coming straight from Miss Frizz Love Dogs on X if you want to follow her. Let's get into the video.
Would you describe Baltimore as a safe city?
What's your definition of safe?
I'm asking you, is Baltimore a safe city? Is it the kind of city that you would want to raise a family and maybe go jogging in without having to be worried about being murdered or raped?
I grew up in Baltimore. My family is in Baltimore. My mother still lives in the same house in West Baltimore.
Is it a safe city?
60 plus years, so the answer is definitely yes.
You think Baltimore is a safe city?
Of course it is.
Okay, do you know what the homicide rate is in Baltimore?
Of course I don't.
Exactly, no.
About 35 per 100,000. Do you know what the homicide rate is in the rest of the United States?
No, I don't.
I can tell you that the homicide rate in Baltimore is about 5 times the national average.
Okay, first of all, you should have made sure you did your homework and your research, but you even came up and sat in front of Brandon like he wasn't finna hit you with the facts. Now, you said you've been here all them years, your family and all that, but you couldn't even let us know the crime rate and all that was there. I'm telling you.
Average. Do you know how Baltimore's robbery rate compares to the rest of the United States?
At the moment, no, I don't.
No, and it's about 8.4 times the national average. You know how Baltimore's assault rate compares to the national average?
No, I don't.
About 3.4 times higher. Does that sound like a safe city to you?
Safe to me and my family members.
So that's safe to you? 5 times higher than the national average for homicides? That's a safe city?
Perception.
It's what? Excuse me?
Said it's what the, for instance, it's perception. It's what you feel as a resident in Baltimore City.
No, if you're murdered, I don't think it matters what you feel, do you? Is it your testimony that the safety
Baltimore City
depends on how people feel?
Me, Baltimore City is a safe city.
To you, it's a safe city. I don't think it's safe to the people who are being murdered every single weekend there.
It's safe to you after not knowing. Now, one of them questions he asked you was a no, but it's safe to you. Shut up. And a bimbo award goes to this bimbo. Like, make it make sense. You cannot step in front of Brandon and think he ain't gonna grill your tail and think he ain't finna come with the facts. That's what I love about researching. It's so, it costs 0.0 to research. He should have did that for he can't sitting in there talking about I love Baltimore, my family, but yet everything was a no. Man, we finna keep it moving. All right, drop mic again on Brandon. Let's keep it moving, y'all. Let's get into it. Coming straight from what is it? Defunct LS on X. If y'all want to follow him, top 9 hilarious body moments that will forever live in history, y'all. Let's get into it.
On the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more border patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look, we have the safest border in the history of our country. The border, all he had to do was leave it. All he had to do was leave it.
Why y'all be playing with Trump like that? Let me tell y'all something now. The thing is, you know what I'm saying? I don't know whether to laugh or feel sorry, because here's the thing, y'all. Fake overrule, fake signatures, and all this other type of stuff. They clearly knew this man was not up to par. Like, but that's what they do. They use you until they can't use you no more, and it's over with. They eat you up and they literally spit you out when you mean nothing else to them, y'all. We seen it play out. Trump is a fool though. I don't even know what he said. I don't even know if he knew what he said. Man, that is a history moment though. That is a history moment. Y'all, we finna keep it moving. All right, this is coming straight from one bad dude _ on X. If y'all want to follow him, let's get into it.
Why would you want the first female president of color to be one of the dumbest people we've ever had in politics, who's achieved literally nothing? Honestly, what a setback for women if she's the first one left, which she's not. There's no way she's popular. She's like literally been a laughingstock for the past 4 years. She's accomplished nothing. I've heard no one who wants to vote for her say anything besides she's a woman and a woman of color.
Right.
That's all they got.
They're saying Michelle Obama might step in.
She's probably more qualified. Why would you
And
want the
I'm
first
sorry,
female
but that was
president?
facts, because that's all I heard. She a black and she a woman. She black and she a woman. She black and she a woman. And of course the real people know that she ain't even black. All that came out. So I don't even know why. And that's the thing. They think that black people are fools and stuff like that. So they try to play like all them celebrities she had and things like that in there twerking and all that, because that's what y'all think about the black culture, that, you know, that's the type of stuff. And yet November 5th came and showed a different side of the story. Entirely different side of the story. So that says a lot about how they even think about y'all. Like literally. Make it make sense. And then she's out here now without the earpiece in her ear doing all kind of interviews and just everywhere. I mean, everywhere. Ain't nobody talking in her ear no more. They kind of leaving her out there on her own to say, go, hey, you know, you still kind of relevant. Go out there and try to do some interviews. And she ain't got that piece to hear nobody talking to her no more. And so she's just gone. Have you seen her talks lately? Let's keep it moving, y'all. We're going to end it right here. Now, let me tell y'all something. We need to bring more teachers back like this, because let me tell you something. When I was growing up and I was in school, these were the type of teachers I had. I knew not to play with them. Now, this is a teacher who is actually getting into it, telling these other students, because this guy had a Trump hat on, and I guess they was making fun of him and bullying him and stuff like that. But let me tell you something. I know after that day, they ain't playing no more. And this is what you have to do, because sometimes they are not getting this type of treatment at home. You got to understand that some people are going home and they not getting the attention they need, and they not getting the love that they need. True story. My son, and he was in elementary, y'all. Every day, my son is a lover, not a fighter. Go to school. This bully messing with him, picking on him. Son, what'd you do? Nothing. Told the teacher. Okay, boom. Nothing. I ain't do nothing. But make sure you tell the teacher, because that's the first thing I'm gonna teach. Like, tell the teacher. You know what I'm saying? Let the teachers do what they need to do. See, what happened? You told the teacher, yeah, but he's still bullying me. I said, okay, cool. Okay. All right. So it looks like I'm gonna have to put a little raise how I was raised, because my mama would tell me, you know, tell the teacher and all that. But if that don't work, then her next thing was, if you fight or get in trouble or whatever, you know, if you win that fight, you ain't gonna get in trouble. That's just how I was raised, baby. So if I did throw them hands, baby, you best believe I'm coming home to tell my mom I won. Okay. So I'm like, tell the teacher, boom. Well, my son gets tired. So finally, he stands up to the bully. The bully hits him. Boom. My son hit him back. I'm talking about kicked his tail. Guess what, y'all? I'm not gonna lie. Still have the picture to this day. I guess the bully needed to know, like, oh, he finally got to this point and he finally hit him. He's just like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Like, and seen, you know, my son was just like, They became the best of friends for the rest of the elementary school year. Y'all taking pictures. I even came and met the bully and stuff like that. And I wouldn't even call him a bully at this point because, again, some of them don't get that kind of love in the household. And some of them are only watching and looking at what they see. So you have to be like this teacher right here. Tough love. Nip it in the bud and let them know that it's not right. With that being said, y'all, we're going to get into it. And then we finna chop it up in the comment section. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I love y'all. This is my birthday month, y'all. My birthday's April 30th. So I'm turning up. I'm turning up. Now, I wouldn't say you never know what happens. I did want to get to 100K for my birthday, but it's okay. It's slowly going up. It's slowly going up. It's okay though. We will get there. All right. But please, y'all, make sure if you watch the video from beginning to the end, thank you so much, because this pushes the video out. YouTube let me get it to the other people, and it's going to help the other ones who are literally trying to research on the journey, trying to find out. I'm saying they're scratching their head, wanting to know. We try to get the real facts, the true facts out there. If not, I may even do homework in here, write some stuff down and be like, okay, let me go back and look at this and all that. This is what this channel's about. It's about trying to get the facts out. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Until the next reaction, y'all stay good. Let's get into this, because I'm telling you, this lady finna go in and I'm with her. Let's go.
Do you know how I feel to get bullied? Do you understand how I feel to get bullied? Do you understand there's people out here in this world really getting bullied? And they're killing themselves because of this type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be ashamed. All y'all need to go home and think about this. Matter of fact, I want y'all to all come in with papers, 10 pages on bullying. Because I'm not going to stand for that. Are you okay? I want y'all to apologize right now. Apologize right now or get out my classroom. He shouldn't have worn that hat. Apologize right now or get the fuck out my classroom.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Good guys.
Yep.
Are you okay? Are you okay? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I want that on my desk. Sing it on you. Do y'all hear me? Now back to the top quiz.
Woo! Put it on, baby. Coming straight from JW, Florida, y'all.